I would say first off the bat, pretty spirited. We've had a couple of tussles here during the special teams portion while we were waiting to come on here.
They're getting fired up out there. It usually takes till day 2 of the joint practices for people to get fired up. But, yeah, a couple fights on both fields. I didn't see any yesterday at Colts-Packers, so Bears and Bills are bringing it today.
Yeah, I know one thing that you said you were going to be keeping your eye on was that young Bills defensive line. Obviously 3 draft picks invested in that side of the ball, all up front. And TJ Sanders, I would say, has probably been the most impressive of that group, but just your thoughts. What have you seen?
Yeah, I think it's one of the stories of the year for really the entire AFC is how the Bills have invested in the defensive line. I don't know if it's either how the draft fell or they said, look, we need to have better depth up front. We know how the Eagles just defeated the Chiefs. We have to rush the passer with 4. But I love the different body types that they brought in. TJ Sanders as more of your undersized Ed Oliver type of pass rusher. That puts stress on those interior pass blockers. And then a big guy like Deion Walker who's shown flashes, Landon Jackson on the outside, plus all the free agents that they've brought in. I think they have as deep of a defensive line as any team in the league.
Yeah, and Bosa, it was interesting because he actually played in the preseason last week against the Giants, and he said that was the first time he's played in a preseason game in 6 years. And we're kind of anticipating a pass rush specialist role for him, but he was so good in setting the edge in the run front in that preseason game. I'm kind of wondering if they envision more of a role for him going forward. We know they want to keep him healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I've joked about the bubble wrap until January. We know that the ultimate goal for the Bills is, hey, let's get to the Super Bowl. Let's beat these best teams in the AFC. But Bosa's a great player. I mean, he was a great player all those years with the Chargers. When he's healthy, of course that's been the issue. But he's a fantastic run defender, just like his brother Nick. They are hammers against the run. They do set a hard edge, and they're good pass rushers. So I am interested. Obviously, the Bills, they have a plan to keep Joey Bosa healthy and whatever that is, but I am fascinated to see because it is tempting. He's such a good player, but, man, it all comes down to what can he do in January and, on that playoff run.
Offenses have both gotten a fair look at the defenses, both in 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 thus far. It looked like Josh was trying to fit the ball in some tight windows. He wasn't afraid of being aggressive. Got picked off once, but just your thoughts on his aggressiveness out here.
It's funny because we see training camp stats all over the place, and we love it as fans just to be able to get some sort of reaction from camp.
Right.
But when I'm watching Josh Allen, the MVP of the league, established player, I see him just trying some stuff. Like, I wonder, I wonder if I could get this in. I wonder if I could sneak this in. If it was a rookie, or like yesterday I was watching Anthony Richardson at camp, and I don't think he was trying stuff. He's trying to win a job. Josh Allen's not trying to win a job, so I'm not worried about that, but I see him saying, I wonder if I could squeeze it into this really tight window, especially here during practice.
And by the same token, it looked like the defenses were making a point of playing top down. Nobody wanted to get beaten for the big one, and so we saw a lot of check down passes here in the 11-on-11 sessions.
Yeah, there's a lot of completions for the Bears offense against the Bills defense. I think the Bears offense, they've been a little up and down, so this is a big one for them to try to establish some rhythm. And I think from a Buffalo perspective, trying to find that balance. I'm really curious to know how much more man coverage they want to play this year. You could tell that they wanted to do that in the big games against the Chiefs, and then of course had the injury issues. So that's the big thing I'm looking for Buffalo is how aggressive do they want to be on the defensive side of the ball this year.
And then finally, there seems to be some speculation as to whether Josh Allen will even see the preseason game field. Coach McDermott this morning said they have not yet decided whether he will play Sunday night, and he's actually on the offensive field controlling the whistle to blow plays dead. Like, he wants to get him to the regular season healthy, but he has usually advocated for getting him and the starters reps in the preseason. I think first team will play, but Josh may not suit up in the 3 games of the preseason.
So that's the benefit of these practices, right? They're not supposed to be tackling, they're not supposed to be fighting, but you see it's a little feisty. You can at least control it. Sean can control it. So I think you get your best reps out here and just get to the regular season, get to that Ravens game.
Yeah. Steve, thanks for the time. Appreciate you giving us some here on your tour of some of the training camps around the league. That's Steve Palazzolo from the Check the Mic podcast with Sam Monson.